So 1954 World Championship between Botvinnik and
Botvinnik. Right.
okay, and Smyslov.
Okay, French defense. Botvinnik played, almost always Caro-Kann and French for black, you see, when he had black. And here he played the main variation with bishop b4, and after e5, c5, a3. Now, if he takes in c3, main line, so he played something else, which was popular in that time, you see. Bishop a5. Bishop a5 is a little bit, too provocative. We'll see. So now everything is forced. After bishop a5, b4, the best move here. To see the difference, here if white wants to take immediately a pawn, to take something, he has a bad position. I mean, if instead of b4 he takes in c5, it's already mistake. So now bishop takes c4, c3 check, and he takes and queen c7, and black has a very good game. He attacks everything, and the white structure, the pawn structure, is very bad for white. So therefore, black is already better here. So of course, this is a better. Nobody plays like this. So b4 is an excellent move, and from here they start. If he tried to take immediately in b4 after knight b5, a very complicated game, probably better for white. Very analysis and so on.
So if he takes
he takes back knight b5, knight b5 gives always a good game for white. You see, well. He sacrificed the pawn, but it's always very good for white. I mean, if he takes now in a3 after bishop d2, if he takes in d2, queen d2, he takes back one pawn, but he gives one check in d6. Fantastic initiative for white, you see. So always much better. Probably very strong attack here already, So he took in d4, queen g4, and from here it starts. Black can play three moves: g6. Now here he played
he played this.
He played this, okay. And here from here it starts. Instead of knight e7, he could play g6, which is bad because he has always many weaknesses on the black squares, or king f8. King f8 is also a little bit better for white, but complicated, King f8. He didn't want to play. King f8. He played knight e7, which is also very sharp. Black wants to give a pawn for initiative. You will see. I mean, he agrees to give the pawn from g7, then from h7. Theory. All this is theory. Okay, so he took in a5. He took in c3, and from here it starts. So okay, he took in g7, rook g8, queen takes h7. Yeah, and now, instead of the normal knight c6, f4, and so on, theory again, he played knight d7. And, all right, knight d7, knight f3, knight f8. This is a little bit strange, but okay. The alternative was to play queen c7, also a little bit better for white, after queen c7. But okay, after knight f8, queen d3, queen takes a5, and from here, he found a very nice plan, which is very simple also for white. I mean, h4 is a very good move, because not only that he wants to push the pawn, but he has the idea to come with the bishop, which is protected in g5, with better play for white. Bishop c1 to d5 later on,
Yes.
For the moment, he has two bishops, and he tries to take advantage. I mean, very tactical game, So bishop d7, normal, So bishop g5, all right. Very tactical, I tell you. And rook c8, good. And here, knight d4, okay. He's centralizing the knight. And if black doesn't pay attention, he has many problems here. If he has time to centralize again, he has two ideas: to take first in e7 and then h5, also very good for white, or to play immediately f4. The bishop there stays forever in g5 afterwards,
Yeah.
There are some variations where you can play also, if necessary, to play f4, bishop e2, and castle. He can do it also, Also better for white. But okay, black has to realize something very quickly, and he plays normal knight f5. You can't, say something against this move. Okay, it's very, very tactical, and it seems to be good. So rook b1, rook c4 again, very sharp. He wants to come very quickly to take the initiative, but this, is very risky, of course. Why, we can see immediately. So he took there, and now he takes in b7. And now it seems that he played a strong move, Botvinnik. And now, surprise, he takes with the queen, and you are lost with black.
He took here.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't give check in e4, it's clearly better for white again. I mean, if he was threatening already, rook b8 check and finished,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, you have to do something, but you don't have time. And after rook e4 check, queen takes, you have to take, and rook b8 check, forced. Bishop c8, the only move, and now decisive check in b5. Now you have to give back the queen, and every position is completely lost for black, you see. Because if not, it's mate, if you play knight d7, rook takes c8, mate.
Yeah.
Terrible,
Yes.
Right. So it was tactical catastrophe from Botvinnik, this game. It seemed to be good, but again, he rushed a little bit too much. He wanted too much very quickly, And
So
when you play somebody like Smyslov, I mean, also a very, very strong opponent, you can't do something like this very quickly in the opening, hoping that maybe he can go wrong,
So his mistake was that he forced.
Again, he wanted too much, I tell you, Again, immediately after the opening.
Too greedy too early.
Yeah, he was a very strong player, Botvinnik, of course, right? But you can't do something like this against somebody from your class, because Smyslov was playing also for the World Championship,
So he gave up the queen back, and
now it's finished very quickly, of course. What did he play? Bishop. The rest is also very instructive, but until the end, of course. Well, the position completely winning for white, Okay, rook takes g2, h5. What did he play? Bishop there. And now he can, if he gives check in b8, also wins. But with h6 is, immediately. So he resigned, no?
He resigned.
Yeah. Now if he takes in b5, h7 and queen.
This is unstoppable.
No defense, yeah.
No defense.
Queen.
Yes, nice, beautiful.
Yeah, even at this highest level, everything is possible, always. If you give too much to such an opponent, of course, you are punished.
He will take it.
Yeah.
He will take everything.
Of course.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
Too many risks, you see. But it is a little bit understandable if you look at these positions now, because in that time, nobody wanted to defend too much, or even if they wanted, they didn't know very well how to defend. Now everybody wants, everybody now defends very well, you see. But then everybody wanted to attack immediately and take the initiative. If they could win in 20 moves, everybody was very happy, That was the trend, if we say like this,
Yeah.
And such a game was always possible because of this idea, we have to win quickly if possible, And they took too many risks, and we have the results.
Lost quick.
Yeah, we have the results.
Lost quickly.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Well, especially against this kind of players, Smyslov, Tal, and so on, Alehin, Capablanca, so you can't
risk too much. Okay.
Even if your name is Botvinnik, even like this,
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.